Dear listener, this is Sincerely Sav, a love letter to growth, to pain that became purpose, and to the girl I'm still becoming. Every episode is a reflection, a heartbeat of my journey. If you've ever felt like you're becoming someone new, you're in the right place. Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Sincerely Sav. It's your girl Sav, and if you're tuning in today, I want to say thank you so much for choosing to be here because we have not talked in a while. It has been a month since I had posted the last episode. I'm truly sorry, y'all, because I know in previous episodes I talked about consistency and that being my main goal this year. However, I didn't post for a whole month. And that was a personal decision because we were moving. And again, we moved again. But we just moved into a unit across from the apartment that I was in before. So no more loud neighbors, because I know I talked about that before. So we don't have any more loud neighbors. And I've actually been able to paint the walls. So this whole month I've been like painting and redecorating, really setting up my space to be my space. So that's been super exciting. Of course, work, school, children, other responsibilities I have in life. And so all of that together, plus doing the podcast, it can be a lot. So I started to feel myself getting overwhelmed and burned out, especially with the move. So I was like, okay, I'm going to take a break because I'm feeling myself getting burned out. And typically when I start to feel that way, social media is going to be the first thing that goes for me. So yeah, but we're back now. So also I have gotten a new car. I know we've talked about that in other episodes too. I was having a lot of car issues, but now your girl has a new car. So that's happened in the last month. I really feel like this is my season of renewal because I know I've been praying for a renewed spirit. I've been praying to God, like, come through. And here we go. The blessings are raining in because besides me getting my car, my fiance is fixing up his car. So then he'll have his 2 cars up and running. So God is really working on us, y'all. And we have been holding it down. We've been patient. So all glory to God because, baby, it has been a season. And I know we talked about hard seasons too in previous episodes. But I'm here to testify that it's only temporary. Which brings us into today's episode. As we speak, it is currently my birthday. Today I am 25 years old. So I want to talk to you guys about 20 things I've learned in my 25 years under the sun. Now, for my list of 25 things, there's no specific order. I kind of just listed things and I took my time on this list. Like, I didn't just jot it all down in one sitting. I kind of let it simmer, thought about it because I wanted this episode to be super meaningful because, like I said, I just feel like God's really been with me, especially this week. It's like, okay, them tears I was crying, them prayers I was praying, like, you really be listening. So I'm super, super excited about what 25 is going to look like for me. So with that being said, first things first, for number 1, everything happens for a reason. I've learned this, like, with every circumstance I've dealt with, positive or negative, no matter what the outcome is, I've always learned that whatever happens, it happens for a reason, and it's going to, like, be a catalyst for what's going to come next. For me, growing up, like, I had a little bit of a rough upbringing. Like, I don't have the best relationship with my family, and, things that have happened to me, like the relationship with my daughter's dad, opportunities I've missed, and I've just kind of learned that, okay, everything happens for a reason, so what's meant to be is meant to be. If it's for me, it's for me. If it's not, it's not. And there's also a level of peace that comes with that, which brings me into number 2, is that peace is expensive. Yes, my peace, it costs, and I'm not spending my peace on nobody, nothing. If I have to debate, argue, if I have to sacrifice my peace for anything, then it is not worth it because I have worked so hard to get to the level of peace that I'm at right now that I'm just not willing to pay the price. Like, if I catch you getting out of character, I'm gonna let you get out of character. I'm not gonna stoop down to your level and meet you there. Like, I'm past that. I'm very content where I am with the life that I live. So if it costs me that, then it's just not worth it to me. Moving on though to number 3. Rest is very productive. I don't care what nobody say. This hustle culture is canceled, because I used to be out here working 12-hour shifts, 7 to 7, just always on a grind. After work, I'm working out, or I'm going to the studio and I'm hiking these long ass days, sacrificing sleep. Like, no. I have really learned that rest is so productive. It keeps your mind clear-headed. It just is like you're at peace with your soul when you're just still and you're rested. Literally, it says in the Bible, all who are weary and heavy burdened, come to me, I will give you rest. And I have really learned to take advantage of my Sabbath days. Like, those are the days where I am truly like putting my soul to rest. Like, I am watching church, I'm journaling, like I'm taking care of my spirit. And so that's why I say that rest is productive, because it keeps your inner being at peace. And it also kind of goes with what I said earlier. Like, if it's meant for me, it's meant for me. It's going to come to me. If it's for me, and it's going to happen in God's timing, not my timing. So I feel like that goes hand in hand with rest being productive, because I'm not out here grinding. I'm not out here forcing anything. Like, I'm going to rest and I'm going to let things be as they are. Number 4. Especially in the last year, I have learned the power of prayer. Like, I'm not talking about just praying like to pray. Like, I'm talking about intercession, like pleading the blood of Jesus Christ, like praying without ceasing, like on your hands and knees in your closet, like that kind of praying. There is such a power in that. Like, throwing your holy oil, like I'm telling you, y'all, like there is a power in the name of Jesus. And when you speak Jesus over your life or over anything in your life, there is a power there. And it's really inexplainable. But if you know, you know. If you don't know, then you need to know that there is a power in prayer. And the power, I'm telling y'all, like, everything happens in divine time. But a lot of times, especially for me, I've witnessed like divine time. When it's time, oh baby, it's time. And that's what I feel like this season for me has been, just this month alone, like this past month, like with moving and setting up my space. Like, I'm still being obedient to God. Like, okay, God, this is what you want me to do. Like, you want me to take time away to focus on myself, to get grounded? Okay, we're going to do that. Like, I'm always listening to God, what God has for me, what God wants me to do, and praying over every and anything. Because when you pray and you talk to God about it, like, He's going to give you instruction. It's up to you to be obedient. If you're obedient with them instructions, like, then yes, you're going to be in the kind of season like I'm in right now, where the blessings is just coming and they coming and coming. But don't take advantage, because God will snatch up them blessings. So just make sure that you stay obedient to the call, and make sure that you are understanding the power in your words. Be very, very mindful what you ask God for, because it might not show up how you want it to show up. I've learned that too. But it's going to happen. What you're asking for is going to happen. It just might not be the way you want it to happen. So you better be really specific. Like, if you're asking God for a break. For me, for example, I was so tired over, like, when I was just telling y'all, like, I had to take a break from this podcast because I was getting burnt out. Well, work included. So I started having all these car issues, and I was praying like, God, I need a break. And so thank God that I can work remotely, that my job was like, we'll let you work remote for a week, so that way you can kind of like, you know, get your stuff together, but you have 7 days and then you need to come back into office. Man, I had no idea what was going to happen, but I really trusted God. I was like, okay, God, whatever is happening is in your hands. And the fact that I was at home being able to work, like, it let me rest. and it really let me like recoup my energy, especially because we had just moved the week before. And so yeah, it was like after that week was up, then it was like, boom, you finna go get your car. Now you gotta go get your title changed. Now you gotta go into the license plates. Go get your registration. Like, I was been running around and running around. So it was like, okay, God, you let me get well rested because you knew it was to come. Number 4, or excuse me, we just did number 4. So number 5, I wrote down, don't create attachments to material objects. That's a deep one because I feel like I used to be a super, super, super materialistic person. And I can be honest with y'all, that's something I still kind of struggle with, is putting my value into things or overvaluing things that I cannot take upstairs to heaven with me when I get to go there. Like, I always try to remind myself, like, anything that is earthly is, I don't want to say unimportant, but it doesn't hold long-term value, if that's what I'm saying. Like, the material things, they come and go. Apartments, houses, cars, clothes, shoes, like all of that stuff, it comes and it goes, it comes and it goes. And I had lost like all of my belongings, y'all. Like, it hurt me so bad. I was like, oh my God, my Dunks and my Michael Kors back. And it hurt me so bad. Like, I would literally feel it in my chest when I would talk about it. Like, that all of that things got taken away from me. But when I talk about it now, because I've learned the lesson in that whole thing, was that I cannot put my value into material objects because literally I'm not going to gain anything from it. So that was a huge, huge lesson I feel like I've learned in my life, especially growing up, just valuing material and like prioritizing material in my life. Like, it just honestly does not matter. Number 6, I feel like number 6 can kind of go hand in hand with number 2, but number 6 is boundaries. Boundaries are a form of self-respect. I've really learned in my 25 years around the sun that putting down boundaries teaches other people how to treat you. So if you can stand up for yourself and say, don't treat me this way, I will not tolerate this, that, and the third, then that's you putting your boundaries up. And like I said, I've struggled with people pleasing in the past, and I've let people walk all over me. I've let people treat me any type of way. But as soon as I started putting my foot down and saying no is the magic word. Which brings me right into number 7. No, it's okay to say no. That you can stand up for yourself by saying no, but not even just standing up for yourself. Like, I just feel like saying no is just being honest with yourself. Like, no, I don't like that. No, I don't want to do that. And no, I think we should do this instead. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just valuing yourself in your opinion at the end of the day. And if anybody is a real friend, or I don't know, cares about you, they don't have to be a friend, but they can just be like a colleague. But if they care or respect you, then they will value your no. Number 8, take accountability. And this is something I have struggled with in the past. I did struggle with taking accountability. I would always try to be victim or play victim. Like, it's just easier to say sorry because it makes the other person who may feel hurt by your actions or your wrongdoings feel accounted for. But besides that, like, it's a growing point for you to be able to recognize you're wrong and take accountability. I said that wrong. Accountability for your wrongs. Number 9, you don't have to explain anything to anyone. This kind of goes back to setting boundaries and no being the magic word, but you don't have to explain yourself. If you want to say no, you don't have to sit there and be like, well, I think no because, like, that's not necessary. Whoever and whatever should be just fine with a simple no. Like, you should not be out here having to explain yourself to anybody. And that's not even the only example I can give you. Other examples, like, why are you talking to this person? Why are you wearing that? Like, just anything where you feel like you're over justifying yourself. Like, you don't need to do that. Like, baby, I don't gotta explain myself to nobody but God. And really not even that, because God knows my heart. So next, number 10, you're always allowed to reinvent yourself. And this is my favorite thing about being a girl, because I feel like us girlies, when we're going through life changes, like, our appearance is gonna change as well. I know I've had so many phases. Like, I've had my emo phase. I've been blonde. Like, oh my gosh. Like, right now I'm in my black hair era. And I feel like black hair says, like, I'm in my serious era. I'm standing on business. And I just feel like that's one of my favorite things about life, is that life gives you room to grow and it gives you room to change and to reinvent yourself. Like, you are the one who can decide, like, no, I've outgrown this. This doesn't suit me anymore. And completely revamp. Like, whether it's your space, your wardrobe, your appearance, like, your career. You always have the opportunity to start new. Number 11, taking risks. I have learned that I feel like taking risks has more pros than cons. Like, I feel like there's always a benefit in taking a risk. Whether the outcome may not be ideal or how you expected or what you wanted, there's always something that comes from taking a risk. Like, a risk can put you 10 steps forwards, or it can put you 20 steps backwards. But if it does put you backwards, you know, you're walking away with some wisdom. And, like, okay, I know not to do this next time. Or, you know, you learn something that will help you in the future. Me, in particular, like, I took a huge risk buying my LLC. It put me behind financially. And that was the lesson I learned, was like, okay, I should have been patient. I should have waited and made smarter financial decisions. But it was also one of the best risks that I took, even though I lost my apartment and my car, because I was kind of rushing and ready to buy this LLC that currently, like, where I'm at now, it has set me up for my future. And I've just learned so much about business, because I even walked into, you know, having an LLC blindfolded. I didn't know, like, business taxes. Like, I didn't know about any of that. And, like, filing, the responsibilities that come with an LLC. So that was a huge risk that I took that put me behind, but also put me forward. So I feel like that's the best example I can give you guys about taking risks. Especially if it's to do with your dreams and, like, what you want to do with life. Baby, take that risk. Quit that job. Like, I'm 100% for it. Number 12 is about forgiveness. I have learned that forgiveness is more about you than the other person. That by forgiving other people, you're not carrying a grudge. You're not carrying any heavy emotions. Like, it sets you free. And I've also had to learn how to be empathetic and forgiving with myself. And, you know, reminding myself, like, I'm a human too. I make mistakes. Because I can be super hard on myself. So that is one thing I have learned in life, is how to forgive other people and how to forgive myself. Number 13, your space dictates your mental health. And this is something that I feel like I have really learned about myself. I don't know if this applies to everybody, but for me, I've learned this about myself in the last 3 years or so, moving into my fiance's space, that it was his space. You know, it was his things. And one thing that makes us different is he likes stuff. He likes to collect things. I am the opposite. Like, I like to let go of things. I like my space to be clear. I feel like a clear space gives me a clear head. But I've also noticed that, like, aside from things, like us moving into our current space we're in, I've had so much fun playing with paint and painting the walls. Like, my bathroom is so beautiful. I painted it all black, super bold, super different, something I would have never done in the past. but I was just feeling bold. And so my bathroom is currently like all black, and these small things like your towel rack and things like that, I spray painted them gold, along with like the toilet paper holder, my shower caddy, because I was like, I'm not gonna buy a new one, I can just spray paint it. And what I've noticed though about like creating my space like that, because when we moved in, the walls were like bright blue, and I was not going for it. I was like, I can't do the bright colors. And landlord was like, oh, it's okay, like you can paint everything, it's been freshly painted, but if you don't like it, you can repaint it. Say less, I've had a blast. Like, I am currently on my last room. I need to paint my kitchen, but my space and being able to be creative in my space, like, it has made my mind like a lot more clear, because I feel comfortable in my space. It feels like me. Now, prior, like in other spaces we've had in other apartments, I remember we had this one apartment, the walls were like this nasty brown color. I hated it. And I remember I felt so overwhelmed and on edge in that apartment. And looking back, I feel like it had to do with my space. One, the amount of things that we had, because I just mentioned I don't like clutter and I don't like things. But also that on top of like the nasty color of the walls. I was just like, super on edge, like uncomfortable in my space. I remember the last house we lived in, we lived in an actual house. There was a lot of natural lighting, you know, there were like the white walls, neutral colors, and we had a lot more space. We had a lot of things, but we had a lot more space. And I remember my mind there, like feeling more comfortable and at ease. And again, coming back into where we're at now, we've gotten rid of a lot of things, like a lot. I'm so proud of my man for getting rid of things, because I'm telling y'all, you don't understand. I've been fighting him for so long to get rid of stuff. But I have learned that I didn't realize how much it impacted me, but my space and being cozy in my space really does dictate my mental health. So my current project, I'm waiting on the things to come in the mail, is my workspace, because I did tell myself in the past, like when I came back from maternity leave, mainly because I did not want to go back to work, I was like, I'm not going to get comfortable here. I'm not going to decorate my desk because I don't want to stay here. Like, I want to be at home. Well, now that, you know, time's gone on, I'm back at work, like I'm getting comfortable with my routine. And I've had this realization about space and how much it really does like matter and impact me. I was like, you know what? I am gonna decorate my desk. So that's gonna be my current project next. My work desk at my job is, I'm gonna make it all pink and just girly and comfortable, cozy. I remember I ordered a blanket to like have at my desk, because it do get cold in my office. But yeah, that is one huge lesson I've learned. And I didn't, like I said, realize it impacted me, because even growing up, like the house that I had growing up, I was constantly painting the walls. Like I was always telling my dad, like, okay, I'm ready to change the wall color. And it's super fun. Even like painting recently, it's helped me tap back into this creativity that I had when I was younger. And I've just been in my little flow, like in my creative space. My man told me, he's like, I love seeing you like this. And I can't lie, I've had so much fun doing it too. I love like interior design. But yeah, I'm rambling at this point. I feel like for me, my space matters. It's super important to like have a cozy space. I feel like that goes hand in hand also with number 15, because I did just say, or did I just say number 15? I meant to say number 14. But number 14 is to declutter often. Just like I mentioned before, and like my last point that I made about my space, I feel like me, every season I get rid of things. I'm a firm believer in spring cleaning. I feel like it's good for your soul. I feel like it's good for your brain. Like your brain just functions better. Like your equilibrium is balanced. I am a firm believer in decluttering often. I'd like to kind of declutter my space at night before I go to bed. So when I wake up, my house doesn't need to necessarily be spotless, but, you know, I'm not walking around things, or there's dishes in the sink, you know, things I need to pick up after in the morning that I could have done before I went to bed. So I like to declutter before I go to bed. But of course, seasonally, I like to go through my clothes. If I haven't worn this piece in like 6 months, then I'm getting rid of it. Sometimes it's harder than other times, I'm not gonna lie, because you do create attachment to things. But I always like to get rid of stuff and declutter, because I feel like when you get rid of the old, it creates space for the new. Number 15, be in the moment. I feel like I used to, like, looking back, I didn't take advantage of the moments I was having, especially when, like, my daughter Genesis was younger. I feel like I wasn't taking advantage of the moment. Like, she's grown up so fast, and just currently with where I'm at in life, like, I'm still very young, but I also know there's a lot more life ahead of me that I just really, really appreciate where I am. And especially, I feel like as I've grown closer to God, it's made me appreciate, like, where I'm at and where I'm going. And it does make me feel a little sad that, like, I didn't appreciate these moments in the past. But I try not to dwell on the past and just really, really be present now in the moment that I'm in now, especially with my kids, because my kids are young. Like I said, time is flying. Like, Genesis was just a baby, and now she's gonna be 6 this year, which is insane. But it just reminds me, like, there's gonna be a day where Genesis is not gonna want to hang out with me no more. So I really, really, really try to be in the moment and appreciate where I am in life. And that's part of the reason why I do work a part-time schedule instead of going back to work full-time. Because after I had Selah, it just felt like I would rather be at home with my kids, you know, missing out on some money and building core memories, you know, like when I pick up Genesis from school, like, I want her to remember, like, my mom was there, you know, like, my mom, she went to work and she did what she had to do, but she was always there. Like, she was picking me up from school. She took me to school. That is super, super important to me. So I've really, really learned, especially, like I said, since I've grown closer to God, to be appreciative of the moment that we're in and just be present. Like, even putting my phone down and watching a movie or just playing with my girls, like, all of that, it's not gonna be here one day. So I take advantage and I appreciate the moment. That's part of why I want to do film, because I feel like film captures those moments. Even if it's like something you create in your head, like a script, I feel like it all stems from somewhere inside. And it's just a way to capture a moment and recreate and bring life to something. Number 16. What is number 16? Hold on, I gotta check my list again. Number 16. Ooh, this is a good one. Rejection is redirection. So I have learned that every no is not for, you know, the worst. Like, some no's are actually for my well-being. And I don't remember what bulletin it was, but I know I have always talked about, like, divine timing in one topic we had earlier. And I just feel like that's what redirection is. I feel like it's God being like, no, not now. No, not now. Because ultimately God knows your hearts. Like, he knows your desires. He knows what you want out of life. But no, not right now. So I feel like every no leads you to where you're supposed to be. And I ain't gonna lie. Like, I grew up super, super spoiled. No meant like, oh, did you just tell me no? And I'm not even gonna lie. Like, sometimes I still be getting hurt when I get a no. But I've also learned that, okay, no means not right now, or no means not for me. And I've kind of learned to, like, accept it versus looking at the negative of receiving a no, if that makes any sense. Number 17, use it or lose it. And oh my gosh, I've been having the harsh reality of this lately. This is why I kind of made this bulletin point, because I used to be so fit. I used to be so in shape. I had the stamina and I had the energy and I had the strength, and I didn't use it, so I lost it. And so right now I'm in like the early stages of like regaining all of those things, getting back in shape, and mainly because like I want longevity versus like my physical appearance. Like, I'll be honest with y'all right now, I don't like my appearance. I'm not saying I'm a little insecure, but I just don't like the way I look. So that's what kind of motivated me to start. But then once I started and I realized like, oh, this is super easy. Like, I used to do this with my clients when I was a personal trainer, and I'm struggling. Like, I'm out of breath. This is not okay. So I feel like that does apply more than to just like physical fitness, but also to like your brain function or just like skills in general. Like, if you're not practicing a skill that you've developed, then you're bound to lose it. So it's very important, y'all, especially while we're young, to really develop skills and be consistent so you don't lose them. And I am happy that I did learn this lesson young, because I would really hate to be 40 years old discovering this. So use it while you got it. Use it or lose it. Number 18, ask for help. I used to be Miss Independent before I got a man. I was like, I'm going to do everything by myself, for myself. I don't need no man. Me, myself, and I. But being in partnership has taught me like how to not be prideful. And it's taught me how to ask for help, even though sometimes it probably annoys him that I ask for help too much and I don't use my brain cells. But I really learned that aside from like my relationship, just in general, like to ask for help, like at work, or if I'm just like how I was just having like these hardships I was going through, like being able to put my guard down and be like, hey, I need help. Like, can you send me $50? Because before, I was super prideful, y'all. Like, I would struggle, and like that would hurt myself in the end, because I was like letting myself struggle when there are people there who can help me and are willing to help me. Number 19 is about gratitude, and I've learned gratitude will change your attitude. Gratitude will totally change your perspective on things. This is another thing that I've really, really learned as I got closer to God. Even when I would say I was just spiritual, I was practicing gratitude. But with gratitude and plus prayer, it's really changed my perspective on life. Like, I'm able to look at things more like, okay, the glass is half full. I'm able to look at things with a more positive outlook. Like, okay, yeah, this really, really sucks, but this and this is happening and this is really good. Or, yeah, this really sucks, but it's probably this is going to happen in the future, and this is why this is happening right now. So I've been really able, and I'm really grateful that I've been able to change my mindset to think like that, because nobody likes negative Nancy, and I know that there's times that I can get like that, and I always try to catch myself and like pull myself out of those moments where I catch myself being ungrateful, because God has blessed me with so much to be ungrateful. If it sounds different, I've moved locations, and if you hear any background noise, I am washing clothes. But moving on to number 20, your circle matters. I have learned that who you hang out with is a reflection of you, and whether you're not doing what they're doing, I still feel like it's a reflection of you. That's why I know I've mentioned in a previous podcast episode, like there was a girl and I, and we just didn't align anymore. We just pretty much outgrew each other. And I just feel like who you surround yourself with is important. Iron sharpens iron. So one, if it's a real friend, they're going to encourage you and they're going to push you and they're going to grow with you. But also, like, they're not going to let you fall. If you're ever going through anything in life, a real friend is not going to let you fall. So shout out to my real friends. I got about 3 of them. And so blessed for them 3. But overall, like, I don't know. I feel like I'm not a super friendly person. I feel like I don't want to say it's difficult for me to make friends. I feel like I can light up a room anywhere I go. I'm super charismatic. But I do have trust issues. And I don't know, unlike my man, I'm just not as friendly. I can't befriend everybody. I have a super like strong spirit of discernment. So if I look at you and I can see like there's something off about you, I just can't bring myself to like befriend you. I'll keep you at a distance. Like we can be associates, but friends is a strong word for me. Who I keep close, it really matters to me. Because it's also who I'm allowing into my personal space. I don't like opening up my heart to get hurt because I'm a super, super caring person. So even with friendships, I don't like losing friendships. And I feel like that's why all the friends I do have, they have been my friends for so long. My best friend and I, we've been best friends since we were in 6th grade. And then my other best friend, her and I have been friends since our freshman years of high school. So long friendships, long relationships really, really matter to me. Like, I don't like temporary friendships. I know that that's kind of life, like friends come and go. Like, you can be friends for a season, but I don't know. I'm not saying I can't make friends. I just don't prefer seasonal relationships. But anyways, number 21 is kind of, it's not like a super, well, I mean, I don't know. It's super important to me. Y'all might have your own different takes. But number 21 is to wear sunscreen. Like, I wear sunscreen every single day. And I actually learned this when I worked in a clinic. And majority of my patients were Asian. Like, they take care of their skin. They take care of themselves, period. Like, they're very, very healthy people. But I learned then, like, SPF daily, especially on your face, oh, baby, you are not going to age. And since I've started wearing sunscreen every day, especially on my face, like, my skin, it just looks so good. Like, I really, really value my skincare. I'm super scared of aging. Well, I don't want to say I'm scared. Aging is part of life. But I don't want to age. Like, I want to look 21 forever. So I take really, really good care of my skin because I do have acne-prone skin. Thank you, Dad. But I really, really try to wear my sunscreen every day. And I used to be out here just raw dogging it in the sun because I can tan. I choose not to go outside, so I have a paler complexion. But when I was growing up, I would be outside all the time and my skin would be super pretty and tanned, but I would never wear sunscreen. And just now I'm like, oh my God, girl, the skin damage. Like, you could have got skin cancer. So grateful that I did not. But yeah, I take care of my skin because of 2 reasons. One, I don't want to age. And 2, skin cancer. Like, at all costs, I'm trying to take care of my skin because my skin is going to carry me for my whole life. And so while I'm young, I take really good care of my skin. Number 22, faith is forward. And I know that I talked about this a little bit in a couple of bullet points, that I don't like to dwell on the past. But with number 22, faith is forward. I really learned that there's nothing for me in the past. So thinking backwards is not going to do anything for me. I always try to keep my gaze ahead and live in the moment and just think about the future. And especially in my faith, like, faith is forward. So I try to, like, not be so caught up in the moment to where I'm like dwelling, like, if I'm struggling, like, this is happening. I always try to look at the positive that's coming in the future. Like, my faith is forward. I keep my faith on what God is going to do for me and the promises he's going to fulfill, because, baby, like I said with my car that I just got, like, I remember when I was praying for a car, and God is I don't want to say he's a specific God, but if you give God specific requests, he's going to do his best to fulfill them specifically how you asked. And when I pray for this car that I have now, I was praying, I was like, Jesus, I want to push the Star SUV. I want it to be all black. And I want a backup camera. And I want Bluetooth. And yeah, it probably sounds crazy, like I'm giving God a wish list, like, when all actuality, I just needed a car. But I feel like that's why God makes us go through seasons where the wait is so long, because, okay, I'm going to give you exactly what you asked for. What is my washer doing? Did y'all hear that? I'm so sorry. But yeah, I feel like that's the way the wait seasons be so long, because I feel like God is always going to give you what you asked for, and it might not show up when you want it or exactly how you want it, but it's going to happen. And yeah, back to my car though, like I prayed, and the car I have now was actually rebuilt. Like I guess it was salvaged in the past, and whoever rebuilt the car, like rebuilt it exactly what I prayed for, because the car was not push to start. Like you could see where the keyhole originally was, but they made it a push to start car, and it has Bluetooth, and they installed their own backup camera. So I'm like, okay, God, it didn't come exactly how it was modeled or exactly what I asked, but like the modifications are what made it what I asked for. And so I just thought that was really clever on God's part, because I was like, you was really listening to me. So I thought it was super cute. I'm so grateful for my little car. And the only thing is, it's not black. It's like a dark gray color, but whatever. The interior is black though. So like I said, God, he heard my request. And bringing us back to our bullet point, I just remember back then when I was praying for that, like I kept my gaze forward, and I had the car on my vision board and just praying over the car, like when I had car issues, like, God, bring me my car. And here she is. Number 23. It's been a little difficult of a lesson that I've learned, but nobody is going to clap for you. Like, you have to be your own cheerleader. You have to be your biggest fan. And for me, there's a couple days like where it can be difficult, but I really, really learned that like nobody's going to clap for you. And it's difficult for me as well, because one of my love languages is words of affirmation. Like I love when people applaud me, and I love when people encourage me and cheer me on. But I've learned that like that's not always the case. Like there's not anybody going to be there to give you that. So you have to show up and do things for yourself. Number 24 is a little funny, but number 24 is shut your damn mouth. I used to be a super, super loud mouth. I would say everything that came to my mind. Like, I would not care. I was that friend that it was like, you couldn't keep on speakerphone. I used to be that friend that, like, what is she going to say? Especially if I had any alcohol in my system. Oh, my God. That was so embarrassing. But I have really, really learned in my 25 years to shut the hell up. That not everything needs a comment. And it is still something I'm trying to master. Especially in my relationship. But shut your damn mouth. Like, earlier how I was saying, like, your opinion matters. It definitely does. But there's a time and place. And I have definitely learned that time and place matter of shutting my damn mouth. And finally, number 25, be delulu. Be delusional. Yes. I stand 10 toes down for it. And what I mean by being delusional, I'm not saying like crash out and be crazy. Like, I'm actually saying like dream big. Think that the things that can happen to you are and will happen for you. Because I feel like I'm 25, but I feel like the life that I have right now, I have truly manifested. Like, I remember when I was praying for these things. And yeah, delusion got me here, y'all. So be delusional. Have faith in yourself. Have faith that you can go farther than any limitation or any obstacle that's put in front of you. And just reach for the stars. And keep that main character energy. It's so funny because my coworker, she bought me a mug, a coffee glass for my birthday. And I love it so much. It was the cutest thing ever. But it says main character energy. And I was like, yes, this is so me. Because it's my world and you guys just live in it. And my mom actually used to tell me that growing up. Like, it's your world, we just live in it. And that's probably why I'm so delusional. Because my upbringing made me feel like, because I am also an only child, but they really, really made me feel like this is my world. Which sounds absolutely delusional, right? But my point exactly. Like, I don't know. I just like to keep that main character energy with me everywhere I go. I even made it a goal of mine this year because I really do like to dress like a bum. I like to dress like J. Cole, like sweatpants, t-shirts, wear my hoodies. But I did make it a goal of mine this year. Like, even just going to work. Like, girl, dress up. Like, even if I'm not going to put makeup on, dress up. Put an outfit together. Put them heels on. Like, main character energy. So on that note, we're going to go ahead and come to a close. Happy birthday to me. And thank you guys so much for tuning in to this episode of Sincerely Sav. I'm super grateful that you're here. Be sure to go catch up on any episodes that you have not watched and tune in. Next week, we are back online. So with all of that being said, sincerely, Sav.